Deflated, defeated, and deservedly out of the FA Cup. Manchester City 4, Liverpool 0. Welcome to Marching Reds. I am Aman Chima, and here I am to review this frustrating game between Manchester City and Liverpool played at the Etihad Stadium for the FA Cup quarter-final, and I have no idea where to start from. Let's start from the playing 11. Arne Slot named not the strongest 11, but an 11 he thought that could have given City a tough competition. So Mahmoud Ashuri was in goal, and we knew Alisson was out. So like that was a no-brainer. In the back four, we saw Milos Kerkez in the left back position, Van Dijk, Konate as the centre back pairing, and in the right back position it was Joe Gomez. In the midfield and in the attack line, I think it was a 4-2-2 sort of a formation, which was shifting from that to 4-4-2. So it was Ryan Gravenberch, Curtis Jones, and Florian Wirtz and Dominic Soboslai, and up top were Ekitike and Mohamed Salah. That meant that Federico Chiesa, Jeremy Frimpong, Alexis McAllister were named on the bench, and so were Cody Gakpo and Ryu Ngamoa, who were the substitutes that came on later in the second half. Isaac was not involved in this game at all. So I mean, yeah, nothing major there. Like you would want him to have his own routine to be followed, and yeah, we just have to trust in the medical staff of this team. But looking at the game, I mean, the first 40 odd minutes, it looked lively to say the least. I mean, it was good to see Liverpool competing, knowing very well that they were up against it, not in terms of the quality of Manchester City itself, because like they have been playing really good football, and although they had a mini dip a month or so ago, but the fact that they overcame Arsenal in the Carabao Cup, and yeah, you could debate that it's just the Carabao Cup, but like to beat an opponent like Arsenal, who are sort of I mean, not sort of, but like who are actually their title challengers this season. I mean, it does bode well for you. So, not only in terms of the quality that they possessed, but the fact that we have been having a turbulent season, and this was the last set of games that we needed to attack, and this was one of those games which was, you could argue, was the least important. And if it turns out to be that this is the only game we lost. Looking back at it after the month of May ends, you would not complain. But the beauty of reviewing this game, like you can call it beauty or the ugly nature of uh, reviewing this game at this time, is it did not feel positive at all. So, I mean, just going back to the first 40 odd minutes before we conceded the first goal, we had a few chances. City were also looking threatening to their own credit, but it wasn't looking as if like City would run away with it. Uh, like the score ended at full time, and then we concede a reckless penalty. It was Erling Haaland who converted from the spot. So Nico Riley gets the ball inside the box. In fact, it was right in and there around the penalty spot, and Van Dijk definitely gets a touch there. So I mean, that was a no-brainer for me. That like there's no point even debating the fact that there was no contact. There was contact, and that was how Manchester City got the first goal. And at that point of time, you just wanted to first of all see a proper reaction from the team. Secondly, make sure that you end the half 1-0, and those are the two things that we did not get. Even it was not even looking as if like we wanted to fight after that. And as soon as that first goal went in, shoulders dropped, heads dropped, and yeah, you just, as a Liverpool fan, knew what was incoming. The only sad part about this game is that how it panned out. I mean, right before halftime, we let them score another goal, and that was sort of similar to what we saw against Manchester City. I mean, the same opponent at the same stadium with the same goal scorer scoring and beating our same defender in Ibrahim Konate. So the ball comes crossing in from the right hand side, and Haaland is able to beat his marker again. and Konate was sort of switched off or like was late on it, and yeah, that was a brilliant goal by City, but like definitely something that we should have been able to take care of. So instead of going 1-0 down, after having played a decent half, we end up looking at the scoreboard with a 2-0 deficit. And then, it's just an uphill task, not only on the pitch, but off the pitch as well, because mentally, you knew that this team wasn't there. So, I mean, if you saw this game as a Liverpool fan, as soon as that first goal went in, you must have known after the first few minutes, even before we conceded that second goal, that, yeah, we know what's coming. So the second half started, and within, I think, the first 10-15 minutes or so, they scored two more goals. Semenyo perfectly timed his run behind our defense line, and very coolly finished his chance off. And Erling Haaland, again, he scored his hat trick, got the fourth goal for City, and yeah, officially ended our hopes of getting a domestic cup this season. So, I mean, it's not about the performance. I can keep on debating on the fact that we had chances, we had moments. Salah missed the penalty, which is rare. And even though it was at 4-0, but you wanted him to score because you were, at that point of time, were just clutching for some positivity. The fact that if Mohamed Salah could get on the score sheet, maybe we could have something to show for. Maybe it could be something that we could use it as a point in the game that could sort of not propel us within the game to beat City, but sort of be like, okay, this is not the end of it. But in terms of, as I said, the performance, the lack of energy, yeah, that is the most depressing part, to be really honest. And it is not the first time that I've been saying this. I've been saying this repeatedly. And it's not about the fact that I think it's the 15th loss of the season. I mean, I don't expect Liverpool to be unbeaten till the end of the season. So you would be seeing those stats being compounded when the results are not in our favor. But it's the yeah, it's as if like they don't want to play. And yes, you can blame Slot, but players need to hold their hands up as well, because I mean there have been moments in this game itself where like you have not been seeing that desire to run that extra mile, to run that extra bit, and maybe offensively or or defensively, like follow your man, and they've just let it loose. I mean, losing on the pitch is one thing, but losing up here is totally unacceptable. And again, I have to go back to the time that we were referred to as mentality monsters. We are a complete shadow of it right now. And what we saw today is not something that we wanted to see, let alone the score, let alone the result, let alone the fact that we have exited this cup at this round, because again, it's Manchester City. There are only like hardly a few teams who could beat City at City. I mean, yeah, so it's not about the result. It's about that we did not show anything, literally nothing. And yeah, that is what is concerning, because we've got big games coming up. And I mean, as a Liverpool fan, you would hope that now maybe the picture is more clear. The fact that now they have only two competitions to target. One is the Champions League, and maybe at least try to put up a fight against PSG, because that is going to be a tough game as well. And in the Premier League, there have been no uh, I mean, there have been no such situations where we could feel confident about that we would have enough in ourselves to lock the top four, top five spots and qualify for the next season's Champions League. So, I mean, something has to change. Something has to drastically change. And I mean, maybe it's the manager, but I do feel it's about the mental aspect of the game. And yeah, yeah, it's it's frustrating. It's definitely saddening. And yeah, I don't know where we go from here, because now I would have really hoped for a good performance here so that I could see some potential in this team, the fact that, you know what, even if we lose, we're here to fight and we'll give it our all till the end of the season, till the last ball of the season is kicked. But it's all about the chatter. And yeah, you can say that, like, we need to stick together. You need to the fans to be with you. The fans have been there with you even in those tricky moments. And yeah, it's all up to the team now to prove it to the fans, prove it to themselves, more importantly. And yeah, yeah, I've got nothing else to say. So yeah, definitely a big blow. uh yeah, and I just hope that when I turn on again this camera for the PSG review, I'm a bit more optimistic, I'm a bit more positive. And yeah, you still have to believe in your team, you still have to hope for the best. But this was definitely something that at least I was not expecting, knowing very well how crucial the next set of games are about to be. So you let me know in the comment section how you felt during the game. If you're a Liverpool fan, I'll be honest, the last 20, 30 odd minutes or so, like especially that second half, was a complete snooze for me. And like there was no rhythm, there was nothing to talk about. And yeah, yeah, tough place to be, but we've seen worse. But I'm sure that we will come out of it in a much more positive way. But till then, we have to stick together, believe in this team, and we as fans at least can keep on playing our part till the very end and to the best of our abilities. And yeah, that's the most we could do. And yeah, so that was pretty much it. And as I said, let me know what you thought during the game. I will see you in the preview of the PSG game very shortly. Till then, take care.